Guys, I have something to show you. I've never saw this before, but now I wonder, out of all my childhood, why I've never noticed this. I'ma now show true story. It is what I got from YouTube.
I haven't been sleeping well lately, and that's not a good thing. I've been without it for some time now, and it's finally taking its toll. I don't know where it's coming from, but I swear I can hear somebody crying at night. It's a horrible sound, and once I noticed it, it's become all I can hear. Even though little George can be a big crybaby sometimes, I know it isn't coming from him. I even snuck out of bed at night just to check on him more than once, and each time I found him sleeping completely soundly, while still being able to hear the crying coming from somewhere else in the house. This made me think I was going crazy, so for a long time I tried not to tell anyone about it. It's not a good thing to admit that you're hearing voices which have no source. If I wasn't insane before, I'm getting driven closer to it every single day. Each night that I can't sleep, I look older, I feel sicker, and my thoughts become slower. All the while, my mental obsession with this issue is pushed more and more to the center of my attention at all times. I started to worry that all this drowsiness would make me miss something important, but as it turns out, maybe it was the altered state of my mind that allowed me to see pieces of the puzzle that were hidden in plain sight, and finally piece together the mystery. One night, I was playing with my little brother George and his toys in the living room when I started to totally space out. Without really thinking, I ended up staring at a particular family portrait. It's been up on that wall for about as long as I can remember, and even though it's a nice picture of the pig family, I never paid much attention to it. It's just the four of us in front of a house. Nothing special, except when I looked closer, I noticed something that had been there the whole time. In one of the windows of the house, I saw the tiniest little speck of pink. I knew what that had to be, but I couldn't believe it at first. I walked right up to the picture and confirmed my suspicion. There it was, another piglet in this picture, younger than me and George, but for some reason he wasn't allowed to be in it with us as part of the family. Now, all of a sudden, I had a million more questions. Why was he hiding in the house? And why have I never met him before? I didn't even know if it was a baby boy or girl. All these unanswered questions started driving me into insanity. I couldn't fathom it. It just wasn't right. Right away, I pulled George away from his toys and stuck his face in front of the picture. I never seriously suspected him of keeping secrets, but when I saw his reaction, I knew he wasn't. He was clearly just as shocked and confused as I was. I finally felt like I was closer to finding out where that crying was coming from at night. Of course, I pushed my doubts aside and took George into the kitchen to confront Mommy and Daddy.
Mummy, Daddy, can I talk to you about something?
Why, yes, of course. What's on your...
What should I wear? Of course, I can look good in
mind?
Do George and I have a lost sibling?
What? Why? No, definitely not.
Don't lie to me, Daddy. I'm not stupid.
I know you're not stupid. I just don't have the slightest clue where you could have gotten such a crazy idea like that.
I knew Daddy would keep avoiding the truth unless I showed him that coming clean was his only option. That's when I took the nice old family photo off the wall, frame and all, from the living room, then took it back into the kitchen and slammed it on the table, shattering the glass into a million tiny pieces.
Peppa, what's the meaning of this?
Look here, you big nose, wide nostril slime ball. Do you see it?
See what?
The little baby in the window! Right here! You see it, don't you? I know you see it!
Daddy fell silent as I saw the look on his face change. Mummy looked glum too. Finally, Daddy started to tell the truth.
In all honesty, Peppa, I never knew about that being in this picture. In all these years, I never noticed he was there.
He? So you know who it is, don't you? Don't you?
I might just go to your room, Peppa. You're grounded.
Who is it? Where are they? Tell me right now!
I'm sorry, Peppa, but if you must know, all you have to do to find out is look inside the mailbox in the front yard.
Really? That's it? Leave them be, George. Come with me.
At last, I had my answer. It had been hiding not even 100 feet away from me the whole time. Now, all I had to do was look inside and find out. Strangely, all that was in there were flyers for the grocery store.
Flyers? I don't understand. What does this mean? I don't... Oh, no. No. It can't be. It's all pork. George, it's all pork. They turned our poor little brother into chops and strips. No!
I'll never be able to look at my parents the same way after finding out what they did. One day, I think I will even plot vengeance against them. But for now, at least the spirit of my lost sibling can finally rest, which means I can too.